I love it when people sit on my face. Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and unfortunately there was some horrible news that came from EA where they laid off around 670 employees, and Respawn was impacted by this, although it won't have as much of an impact on Apex Legends, at least not right now, but there is some cause for concern, and we're going to go over that in today's video. We're also going to go ahead and give out some of these skins in the store that are available right now. All you guys gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, and a winner will be announced tomorrow. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So we got some pretty big news just the other day about how EA decided to lay off around 670 employees. And the reason is they wanted to work on more of their own in-house IPs rather than other ones. And this did impact Respawn to some degree. You might have known that Respawn was working on some Star Wars games, most notably an FPS first-person shooter that was going to be a Mandalorian-based game, and it has been officially canceled, which is crazy because we actually just found out about it, like what it was going to be just a week or two ago in an Insider Gaming leak. So it's sad to see that it's been shut down. Now, this is a thing that Respawn was working alongside with Apex Legends. They're still going to be working on the Jedi Survivor game as far as I'm aware, but they have moved people over from that team over to some of their other studios. The Respawn team that works on Apex Legends seems to mostly be intact right now. Moipera actually did a heartbreaking emoji on Twitter. A lot of people thought he got fired, but he was very clear that it's just sad to see a lot of people in his industry that got laid off be around him right now, and he feels really bad for them. So it's good that Respawn seems to be holding on to its core staff, but this isn't the first time we've actually seen EA do this. Last year, which is kind of interesting because I actually looked, it's almost a year to that date, they decided to actually do a ton of layoffs with their QA team. They fired their entire Baton Rouge studio, which is essentially, as stated here, their entire Apex Legends QA staff. EA basically said, yeah, no more funding for you guys. And we've also seen this with, well, Apex Legends Mobile, which was also shut down a little less than a year ago, which led to that studio under Respawn having to be shuffled and moved around. And there was also the Apex Legends single player game called Titanfall Legends. It was not Titanfall 3, and it was going to be a brand new standalone game with a single player campaign that EA also decided to axe alongside Respawn. And a lot of these things kind of are concerning, especially about the future of Apex Legends, because Andrew Wilson a year ago, right around the time that EA decided to cancel Apex Legends Mobile, I believe the franchise will continue to grow. There's a lot of new things we can do. Mobile will not be a growth vector for now, but in the future. And it's kind of sad to see that since he's made that statement, Respawn and Apex Legends has been struggling quite a bit. You might have noticed that season 15 to season 17, Apex Legends has continued to not meet EA's financial expectations, which is a little bit of a concern, especially because they just put in a brand new studio in Madison, Wisconsin last year, which has got to be a pretty big check that EA has to write to keep that place going and creating new content. Not to mention season 19 also undersold. However, they did a Final Fantasy collab, and as Garrett points out right here, EA's CEO said, we are really happy with that event. It was very well received by the community and it performed incredibly well. So what this means is we're probably going to start seeing a lot more of these collab events with more overpriced microtransactions because it just seemed to sell well, and that's all EA is going to be focusing on right now. Interestingly enough, season 20 did get a 24-hour peak of about 429,000, and it did bring players back to a solid area. However, it still has not caught up where it was last year on May of 2023, or even when we had the last anniversary event, as you can see in the chart right there. It got a boost with the new season, but it still has not retained the numbers, which could be a cause for concern. EA is known for, killing its own studios. It's happened tons of times, and I've actually grown up with some of my favorite studios absolutely destroyed, such as Pandemic, LucasArts, Black Box, Bullfrog, Maxis, all the ones that you can see right here, Criterion, all have been killed by EA, and the newest additions is Ridgeline Games, along with the departure of Marcus Leto, and it's sunsetting even more games like F1 Mobile Racing and MLB Tap Sports, along with a couple of others. I don't think Apex Legends is in immediate danger right now, but I will say that regardless of how popular it may be right now, that it does not matter how good your studio is, EA at the end of the day will look at your bottom line budget, and if it continues to underperform, will make cuts even in a studio that's been as popular as Respawn the last couple of years. The other bad side is, well, with those layoffs, you're probably not going to hire new people, so we're going to have even more of a challenge in season 20 with the rank system, as cheaters and teamers are still going, and it's not likely they're going to hire even more people or invest a lot of money into fixing it because, well, they're making huge cuts across the board. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts on the future of Apex Legends? Do you think it will be a franchise that will continue to blossom, or do you think that EA might actually someday decide Respawn just isn't worth the investment? Also, don't forget to check out this channel right here where I cover updates on news on Helldivers 2, Power World, the finals, and so much more, and it helps support the channel and I appreciate it a ton. And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.